Good afternoon / evening, Big Brother fans. It's me, Mike, a.k.a. BB Gossip, and I am late today, obviously. Those of you that follow me on Twitter know that I said I didn't record a CardCast this morning because the driving was a bit iffy and dicey, and I thought, you know what? I just need to be focusing on the road. And another part was, frankly, by the time I got to a point where I felt comfortable doing it, I actually had to jump into a work conference call. And so I was actually talking to coworkers while I was driving in a lot of the way this morning. So, all was well, though. We had a bit of a storm come through here yesterday in the state of Indiana and other places, too, I'm sure. I just haven't really checked the news lately. I brought everything to a standstill. It took me 2 hours to get home last night. It took me an hour and a half to get into work today. But you know what? It looks like at this point, it's going to be a pretty quick drive home, which is nice. I thought I would update you on what has gone in the house in the last 24 hours. And frankly, the honest truth is, in the end, not a whole lot. Carson's still going to go home tonight. I know there's people clinging to these hopes that maybe Cynthia and Carson will be able to talk Todd, and actually more Todrick and Nisha, into voting out Lamar, but I just don't see it happening. They see Carson as much more of a threat, and they've tried everything, and they've also said, gee, it would have probably been better to get rid of Misha last time instead of Shayna. Yeah, well, that's what everyone was saying all along. But that's, frankly, that's because that's the way the vote went. That's because Todd won had a household. Had Cynthia won had a household, of course, there you go. Then they would have had a different outcome. But yeah, they getting rid of Misha probably would have been the best move for them if they had done it, but they didn't listen and they didn't do it, and there you go. That's it. Doesn't matter at this point. I expect Carson to be voted out. It may be 2-1. I think Cynthia will show loyalty, and she's already said as much that she's going to try to, she's trying. Lamar even knows they're trying. I just don't see it happening. So expect Carson to go out, and who knows who's going to get the next head of household. But everyone's going to be able to play except for Todd. So it really depends on who gets it. I would think Lamar, I don't know, Lamar getting it would be the interesting one. I don't know who Lamar would be most likely to nominate. That could be the wild card, the fun one, the crazy one. Watch people scampering, trying to earn his favor. But he's thinking of lines on who's the easiest for me to beat. He wanted to vote out Misha before. So it's very possible he might go after Misha and Todrick. So there's a chance that if Lamar or Cynthia win, that Misha and Todrick may be nominated. Now, there may be somebody out there that knows more than I do, that I've missed something, but I don't think I have. And I've watched the deals being tried to be struck, and CBS will certainly show some of those deals on tonight's show to make you think that there's actually a chance Carson might stay, but I don't think it's happening. I really don't. It would be, of all the times in this, I tweeted this earlier, of all the times where we're like, oh my gosh, potential flip, this is the one that I think there's just no way it's happening, which also means maybe it's the one that will happen, but I don't think it will. I really think Carson is leaving. And that's that, and then we'll just see what happens with the head of household competition, which may or may not be live tonight. I doubt it. I don't know. They remember they've lost Chris Kattan, so they've lost one eviction. So I'm not sure how they're going to run tonight's show. I'm not sure how they were going to run it with Chris Kattan. I don't remember. I have to look back and see how they ran it last year, and I'm too lazy to do that. So doesn't really matter. We'll know what we know. I will do a CardCast at some point tomorrow to kind of fill you in on what's going on. But again, I'm kind of like, whatever happens, happens. So that's what's up, guys. Not a super long one. Didn't learn anything really today. So we didn't really miss anything. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Misha didn't did not use the power of veto, which is what we knew was going to happen. So that's what I would have said this morning. And they had already tried, trying to get Carson saved last night too. It was just a rinse and repeat today, and it didn't work again today. All right, so there you go. That's what's new. That's what's up. I am going to be out of here. I'm going to get myself home. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for those of you for listening, supporting. Thank you to my patrons. Thank you to everybody else. And as I tweeted out earlier today, any of you that are starting to really, if you haven't checked out already, and if you have, you aren't listening, but those of you that are at the verge of checking out, thank you for supporting me and listening to me during Celebrity Big Brother. I fully intend on talking about Big Brother 24 when it goes on. In what capacity? I am expecting to do it somewhere along the same ways that I did it for 23. That would be my guess at this point. Just don't know for sure, and who knows what the state of the world is going to be come this summer. I know pandemic-wise, my workplace just changed their policy on masks and such. Now, I personally will be continuing to wear my mask a little bit more religiously than some, at least for another month or so, just because I have some travel coming up, and I don't want to risk exposing myself. But after that, I'm not sure what I'll do. We'll have to see. I am vaccinated, boosted, and I had COVID, so I feel fairly safe myself, but remember, a part of the whole masking process and all of that is to protect those around you that may not be, that may be very susceptible and get it very bad if they do happen to get it. And you know, and I know, there are people out there walking around who have just been living a charmed life and have not managed to catch it yet, and if they do, it could be very, very bad for them. And those are the kind of people that you're trying to protect by wearing a mask and such. But I'm going to get off my soapbox because that's not what you guys are here for. Have a good weekend if you don't listen to me over the weekend. And be well. All right, everybody? Thanks again. And we will talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.